Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we uncover the stories that really make you think. And today we're diving into one that's just incredible, about human endurance and really pushing limits for an important cause.
It's a story that makes you wonder, how far would empathy actually drive you, you know?
Okay, now I'm interested. Let's get into it.
So we're talking about Stephen Melia, a mindset coach. He's based in Dubai. And get this, he's decided to run 560 kilometers.
Wait, 560? How many marathons is that?
It's like running 13 marathons back to back.
Oh, wow. Okay, and he's doing all this in how long?
5 days.
5 days. Okay, that's unbelievable. Where is he even doing this?
He's chosen Dubai's Kite Beach. And what's really interesting is it's not just about this incredible personal challenge. He's running to raise awareness and funds for the Gaza in Our Hearts campaign. It's run by Dubai Cares.
So there's a much bigger purpose behind this incredible feat. What drove him? What motivated him to take this on?
He was really deeply affected by the images coming out of Gaza, especially the story of a father who lost his son. And being a father himself, that story just really sparked something in him, that need to act, you know?
That's powerful. It's amazing how a story can have that kind of impact. So it's not just the miles for him. It's about making that empathy, that feeling into something real. Tell me, what's the training like for this? I mean, it's got to be intense.
Oh, absolutely. You don't just wake up and run 560 kilometers. So he's been preparing since May, building up his endurance gradually, half marathons, a 50-kilometer run, even a 100-kilometer indoor track run.
100 kilometers indoors. Wow. You can really see the commitment. Did he always plan to run on Kite Beach?
You know, initially she had imagined running the length of Sheikh Zayed Road.
Oh, wow.
Which is a pretty bold idea in itself, but he ultimately opted for a 6-kilometer loop on Kite Beach, which is actually really smart strategically.
Why is that?
Well, a loop means more community involvement. People can easily join him for a bit, you know, offer support, maybe even discover their own potential in the process.
That's a great point. It makes it more than just him. It becomes this shared experience. But practically, how do you even begin to prepare for that distance physically?
Yeah.
We're talking 112 kilometers each day.
Yeah, you've got to think about the physical side of things. He's been working with a whole team to plan this, figuring out the nutrition, the hydration strategy. We're talking 8,000 calories a day.
Hold on, 8,000? How does that even look like? That's more than like 3 times what most people eat.
It's like fueling a machine, really. He's been trying different foods, seeing what his body can handle with that kind of exertion. Things like burritos, tacos, peanut butter sandwiches.
So calorie dense, but also the kind of things that'll give him energy for a long time. Lots of energy gels, too, I'm guessing.
Oh, absolutely. And it changes his whole routine. 3 a.m. runs, timed meals, sugary drinks at strange hours. It's all about being ready and adapting.
Wow, that's another level of dedication. While we're all asleep, he's out there pushing himself to the absolute limit. Which makes me wonder, how do you mentally prepare for that kind of distance, day after day? It can't just be physical.
It really is a mental game. You know, they say ultra running is like 80% mental and only 20% physical.
Wow.
And that's where his background, being a mindset coach, it really gives him an edge. He's got to use those techniques, that mental toughness, to push through the pain, the exhaustion.
So how do you even start to wrap your head around the mental side of something like that?
It's all about mindset, right? He said he doesn't want to think about the whole distance, how massive it is. Instead, it's kilometer by kilometer, focusing on that moment, listening to his body, and trusting his team.
Breaking it down, making it manageable. It's still incredible, though, being able to quiet those doubts when your body's telling you to stop.
Yeah, it's that intrinsic motivation, right? This isn't about winning for him. It's about the cause, you know? That empathy for the people in Gaza, that image of the father, it's a huge motivator.
It becomes something much bigger than just the running.
Absolutely. And he's been encouraging people to join him, share their own stories, find strength in that in running together.
Turning it into something collective.
Exactly. It's about realizing that even when things seem really bleak, there's always something you can do. You can take your grief, your compassion, and make it an action.
And it's interesting you say action, because this isn't symbolic. His run is directly supporting Gaza in Our Hearts, right? Every kilometer means something. Any updates on how the campaign is going?
People have been amazing. They're getting behind him, donating, joining the runs. It's becoming a real movement, a powerful show of solidarity.
That's what's so inspiring, to see how one person's empathy can spark something like this.
And it's important to remember, you don't have to run a marathon to make a difference. Everyone's got their strength. It's about finding where your passion meets the needs of the world.
Finding your own way to contribute.
Right. And partnering with Dubai Cares, that's huge for him. Working with an organization that's already established means those funds are going to get where they're needed most.
That makes sense, not just doing something good, but making sure it has the biggest impact it can.
Exactly. And it shows you don't have to face these things alone. There are organizations, communities that'll support you if you want to make a difference. It's about coming together.
His story really highlights how much potential there is in all of us to make a change.
It's humbling, and inspiring too. Even when the world seems messy, overwhelming, there's always hope, courage, and that belief that together we can make things better.
It's like he's starting this wave,
Yeah.
And it's not just about Gaza. It's making everyone think, what can I do?
Exactly. It's not about copying him. It's about what he represents, that everyone has some way they can contribute to making things better.
And it's clearly resonating with people. We've talked about the community, the donations. What he started, this amazing act of empathy, it's become something so much bigger.
It shows you we really crave that connection, a shared purpose. To see people coming together like that from all different walks of life, it's really something special.
It proves that even when things seem impossible, when the world throws these huge challenges at us, that individual action, if it comes from the right place, it can really make a difference.
And you never know how far it'll go. Maybe someone listening right now will be inspired. Maybe they'll volunteer or donate or even just start talking about this, about empathy and taking action.
That's what I love about these stories. They remind you that change starts somewhere. One step, one decision to do something, however big or small.
And sometimes that step is just putting your own shoes on, right?
Yeah.
Going for a run with someone. And that run, it becomes about something more, about solidarity, about what humans are capable of.
I like that. And as we keep exploring these kinds of stories here on the Deep Dive, it makes you realize we all have that potential. So as you go about your day, think about this. What challenge will you take on? What's your way of making a difference in the world?